Welcome back, folks, to more Star Control 2, the Ur-Quan Masters. This will be the first video I'm uploading in my new location, my new home, my new destination for the time being. And in honor of that, even though Full Metal Coyote has yet once again triumphed in the voting battle for captain and starship name, I am going to trump him and name my captain Captain Tex on the starship. Yeehaw! So here I am in Texas, folks. Many of you that stay up with my doings know that I moved from Florida to Texas quite recently, last week. Everything went pretty well. Drive wasn't too bad. There was a fucking monsoon that decided to hit us as soon as we got here, so that's never fun driving when you can't see 2 feet in front of you, especially when you don't know where the fuck you are. Besides that, everything went pretty well. I have the new man cave is set up. The office is set up. We're pretty much 98% unpacked. All the PC games are still in boxes because we're probably not going to be in this house too long. This is a rental house that I purchased for some extra income, and I'm staying here until me and the fiance get a bigger place, basically, more or less. This is about the same size as my last house. It's a little smaller, but on the other hand, it's a lot nicer, and I'm sure at some point I'll do a little video to kind of show you around the place, show you what it looks like. It's a newer home, so it's got a lot more amenities. Yeah, so I'm very happy here so far. Of course, I've only been here a little under a week. Already started back up at work yesterday. Today is Friday, which means I'm off for the next 3 days after this. So that'll be nice. So, without further fucking around, let's get busy. And welcome back, all my hordlings. It's good to be back. I'm going to start off with something simple like Star Control 2 here, get back in the groove of things. I do apologize if there's a slight echo. The room and the acoustics in the room because of the tile and everything. There's not 6 bookshelves catching sound around me anymore, so I just have 1 bookshelf in here. And the other 4 are actually in my dungeon room, which I'll show you. So anyways, back to the game. We need to travel to save the Syreen. They're way down south, so we need to get on our little device here. Quasi portal. Oh, yeah. Alright, so cut out all the mumbo jumbo, quasi space, warping 2. Basically where we're at is we went to the Spathy space where they used to be, and now we're heading over to the Pyrene, or the Syreen, sorry. And it shan't be too far away. Beetlejuice. Let's check out the sexy Syreen in HD. And of course their planet is sealed as well.
Attention, unidentified space vessel. Be warned. This slave world and its inhabitants belong to the Ur-Quan. I am Starbase Commander Talana of the slave planet Gaia. Your ship is not responding to standard hierarchy identification sequences. You are therefore classed as independent. And what? Is my monitor display correct? Is that a human commanding that vessel? Who are you?
We're the ethics police. Justify that costume immediately. I'm Captain Tex of the flagship. Yeehaw!
Hello, Captain. But you haven't answered my question fully. Why are you here? Where are you from? Has the slave shield been lifted from Earth? Are the Ur-Quan finally defeated? Simply put, Captain, what do you want from us?
Tatais. We have come here to free you from the slavery of the Ur-Quan.
Look, friend, I appreciate your offer, but we don't want your help. Why? I'll tell you why. Because we're not going to do anything to antagonize the Ur-Quan. That's why. We may not like slavery, but it's a damn sight better than our alternatives. Below us, we have a beautiful world. Maybe it's not Syra, but at least it's a home. That's a lot more than we've ever had before the war, before the Ur-Quan became our masters.
Lana, have you ever heard of the Deep Children?
Yes, I think so. Aren't they part of the Mycon religion somehow? We have recordings of Mycon hyperwave transmissions from the war. Pretty weird stuff. The Mycons just kind of rambled, never making much sense. They talked a lot about deep children and spears of light, but we couldn't ever understand what they were talking about.
What if I told you the Mycon Deep Children shattered planet crust, like your Syrah?
What? What did you say? Human, you had better not be joking. Syra is not a subject for Earth humor. Now what do you mean, shattered planet crust? How? That is what happened to Syra, yes, but we presumed it was a natural cataclysm, a meteor. Do you have proof that it was something else? These deep children?
I don't have proof yet, but I am certain the Mycons destroyed your world.
Captain, if what you say is true, it would turn my world upside down. You have no sorrow to match what each of us Syreen feels every day of our lives when we remember what we have lost. Syra, our Eden, the very idea that the Mycons or any alien race may have been responsible for Syra's destruction fills me with burning rage. If it were true,
I'll fill you with some burning rage.
Until we had avenged
Game Order
ourselves on the
style.
perpetrators. We would find some way to leave this starbase, locate our starships, and hunt down the evil monsters. Captain, if you ever gather proof of what you say, you must inform us immediately. But until then, do not mention the subject again. It is too painful.
So, Commander Talana, are your nipples blue?
When the Ur-Quan conquered us over 20 years ago, I was only a young girl living in Habitat 31. My older sister Gianni was a starship officer in the Space Patrol. She was part of the final defense at Raymond. She didn't make it back. When the Ur-Quan caught us in open space, we all thought we were going to die. But then, instead of killing us, the Ur-Quan offered us a choice. We could join the ranks of their combat thralls, or we could be slave-shielded in our homeworld. Like the people of Earth, we chose peace. We became fallow slaves. When the Ur-Quan told us to return to our homeworld, we explained that we had none. Ur-Quan Master 9 explained that they had encountered this situation before, and if we would provide them with a list of our requirements, they would use their extensive astronomical data stores to find a planet for us. So we told them about Syra, about the color of its sky, about the abundant life forms, about the fertility of the soil and seas. Less than an hour later, we received a terse message from Master 9. We were to proceed to these coordinates and disembark. This was to be our new home. But our new world, Gaia, was everything we described. We'd been searching for a home planet for 75 years, and in the end, it was our enemies who gave one to us. I grew up on a small island off the main continent, and like all of my people, we lived each day under the sick, red glow of the slave shield. When the Ur-Quan arrived 7 years ago to refurbish and recruit this starbase, I was selected as the new commander.
I'm So what happened to you at the end of the war?
When we first met your people, we've been wandering through the stars for almost 75 years, ever since the death of Syra, our home planet. We joined your alliance, and I use the word joined loosely, because we had no other choice. The Fox were raiding our slow habitat columns, and we had nowhere else to go. We fought for survival, Captain, nothing more. When your people on Earth were defeated, the Alliance just plain fell apart. The Yehat and Shofixi retreated to their native stars and didn't want us to follow. The Ariru, those creepy little weasels, just plain bugged out. Vanished, leaving us alone, with nowhere to go, smack in the path of the oncoming Ur-Quan armada. What were we supposed to do? Fight? 2/3 of our habitat fleet was unarmed. Many aren't even superluminal. We were going to be annihilated if we resisted, and we knew it. When the Ur-Quan surrounded us and started giving orders that all ended with, "or die," we took them at face value. We obeyed. In exchange, they gave us Gaia, the planet below. It's a beautiful world, Captain. I wish I could show it to you. So don't misunderstand me. We love our freedom as much as anybody else, but we've got a good life here, and we don't want to lose it.
If you love freedom and hate the Ur-Quan, why won't you help us?
Like I said before, Captain, we would like to help, but we are unwilling to risk losing Gaia. Unless you can find a much more compelling reason for us to get involved, you're on your own.
Would you tell me a bit about your people and your culture?
Our species are almost identical, almost too close a match to be just a coincidence. Our bodies are very similar, Captain. Except for certain parts. Our cultural development is also mostly parallel. Like you Earthlings, we evolved a society from primitive tribes whose main function was to protect themselves from the large reptiles native to our old world. The main difference between our two sets of cultures, the split in the paths of our development, occurred in what would have been your prehistory, say 5000 BCE. In your world, the agricultural communities were conquered by the more primitive, but also more aggressive migratory herding peoples. This led to a particular kind of sexual and political dominance structure which pervaded almost all of your Earth cultures until the early 21st century. On Syra, our only primitive migratory tribes were confined to our mountainous regions. Their herd beasts, the Waimai, did not do well in the agricultural basins and plains. The two cultures were isolated until much later, when the technological superiority of the farmers curtailed any major conflict.
What was Syra like?
This was our paradise, Captain, our Eden. Earth is the only world we know of whose variety and richness of life even comes close to Syra. Again, like so many other things about our two species, our worlds were very much the same. At least before you began encasing yours in concrete and plastic. Syra's gravity was a bit lighter than Earth's, and its day was 50% longer. Our diurnal cycle is therefore different from yours. We spend 20 hours awake, followed by 10 hours horizontal.
Goodbye, Commander Talana. I'll be back.
Until then, Earthling.
I'll be back. For some blue nipple. I want blue nipple! You're right. Captain Tex in the starship. Yow! Gotta find proof that the Mycons blew up the homeworld Syra. We need the Mycon egg case. Beta Copernicus. And we'll come back when we're closer to Beta Copernicus. See you soon. Alright, we're coming close to Beta Copernicus. Oh shit.
We are part of Kohr-ah. Kohr-ah is the hot light in the darkness. All else is unfulfilled void. We are the Mycon.
Mycon, please try to understand. It's time to fucking die. I wonder how you would taste with fried in butter.
A single spore lands, finds nourishment in decay, and soon attains maturity. In turn, it exhales a cloud of new life, 1,000 spores. Each lands, finds nourishment in decay. So progresses Kohr-ah.
Don't trouble yourself, I'll see myself out.
Kohr-ah fills in my fibers, and I grow turgid. Violent action ensues.
Or die. Eat my shit! Nourish in my shit. Mycon fools. Your bitch ass planet is mine. Near an unusual volcanic fumarole, we have found a fragment of some kind of biological encasement, or some shit, which is made of incredibly tough, heat-resistant fungal fibers. We can find no sign of any life form which may have hatched from this eggshell, but we will bring it to the flagship for further study. Some pretty good minerals here, actually. Take some home to Papa. See ya. be pissed I stole your egg, bitch. Let's see, we have the egg casing there. Alright, let's head back to Beetlejuice. Careful not to say it 3 times. We'll see you soon. Now arriving at Beetlejuice.
Hello again, pleasant human. It warms me to greet you again.
Talana, I have brought proof that the Mycon Deep Children destroyed your world, Syra.
Let me see this proof, Captain.
Look at these fungal egg sacs. We found them near a crustal puncture on the shattered world.
Great guys! These fragments, they are identical to the debris we found near the punctures on Syra. We never guessed that the fragments might be organic. To have survived re-entry, nothing organic would remain. Unless it was genetically constructed for this purpose. And only the Mycons possess this capability. The Mycons will pay dearly for their crimes. We will not sit here and do nothing while the Mycon fiends are free to roam the galaxy, perpetrating their evil. You wanted our cooperation in fighting the Ur-Quan. You've got it. Provided you first help us seek our revenge against the Mycon race. Help us to destroy them.
Okay, what do you want us to do? And what do I get for this?
You will receive more gratitude than you know what to do with, Captain.
Hubba hubba.
Our first step is to get some mobility. We have some fine Starship officers aboard, and they're all eager to go after the Mycons. But without our penetrator starships, we're totally ineffectual. So our first step has to be recovering our Space Patrol combat fleet. We know that the Ur-Quan didn't destroy them. They never waste anything. But we believe they have sealed them in some kind of deep vault in the surface of an alien planet.
Do you know where the ships are?
No, that's your job. But maybe we have some clues to help you find them. The Starship officers who flew the penetrators to the vault did so with total sensor blackout. The only thing they could use for navigation was the presence of the Dreadnought fleet surrounding them. When they arrived at their destination and lowered their ships into the immense vault, they were transported to the Dreadnoughts and only caught a split-second glimpse of the outside world. As far as they could tell, the sun was either red or orange. Based on the trip time calculations, the farthest they could have traveled is about 200 hyperspace distance units. Captain, we've assembled a small team of our most skilled officers. We will send them to your ship on board their own small shuttle. We feel that in the interest of efficiency, we keep our officers away from your crew, at least until the mission is over. As soon as you arrive at the vault, our people will take over, figure out a way to open the vault, and bring our penetrators back here.
Just remember I'm doing this for you, sweet tits.
Good luck, brave Earthling. When your mission is successful, maybe then we can get to know each other.
Blue nipples, yay! Green eyes and blue nipples, I'm so excited. Alright, so now we need to head, speaking of head, to Epsilon, Camel Toe Pardalis. Epsilon, Camel Toe Pardalis. Let's head there. Here we are at Epsilon, Camel Toe Pardalis. Bright green minerals. Energy. No bio. All kinds of friendly fucking shit on the surface here. Lightning crashes. Report from the surface. We have opened the subterranean vault which contains Syreen Space Patrol penetrator starships. The Syreen captains have assumed command of their vault and instructed us to rendezvous with them back at Beetlejuice. End of the motherfucking report. Yeehaw! Back to the yeehaw. Alright. That's pretty much that. Star map. And once again, head back to Beetlejuice. A lot of back and forth here. Again, I'm going to cut out the hyperspace. I'm sure I drilled you guys enough with it. Uh-oh. Let me do some dodging real quick. Yeah. If I didn't take manual control, we would have ran right into that. And I ain't got time for all that shit. We know I'm just going to win. Alright, coming up on Beetlejuice. Again. We're always happy to see Talana and her blue nipples.
Good. Now we can proceed with our plan for revenge against the Mycon. From our analysis of the deep child fragments you showed to us, and a review of the recorded Mycon transmissions from the war, we've established the kind of world the Mycons desire for their hideous, deep children. They need a planet like your Earth, or our Syra, one rich in water and oxygen, and possessing a molten, active mantle. Our plan is to lure the Mycons to such a planet, and then attack them when they least expect it. We know of just such a world. When the Ur-Quan were analyzing their massive planetary data to find a new home for my people, one of the close candidates, ranked just below Gaia, was a blue world orbiting close to the star Organon. Captain, we need your services again. Here is what you must do. You must go to the Mycon and tell them of this world. They will find that the world is suitable. And when they go to Organon, we shall be there, waiting for them. Then, we shall destroy them.
So, what if I die doing all this dangerous stuff? What about us?
I'm afraid both our duties will be dangerous, Captain. We may never see each other again. But for now, at least, there's this. That's more like it. Now, let me help you off with this. Yes, now aren't you a lot more comfortable?
I see. Well, in the spirit of interspecies communication, let me just say, Cowabunga!
Say that word again. It makes me feel so excited. It makes me want to do something nice for you. Like this. And this. And especially this.
Boy, oh boy, they never taught me stuff like this back on Zervault.
And let me teach you what you need to know. We will begin with the fundamentals of basic Syreen physiology.
What happens if I do this?
Does that answer your question?
Are you sure this is okay? I'm nervous.
Please don't worry, my darling human. We have all the time in the world, and my door locks securely.
Well, I guess I don't have much more to say, do I?
And stop wasting your lips on words, you silly fool, and come here.
Several hours later.
Goodbye, Captain Darling. We each have our jobs to do. Now you must go. But you will remain always in my mind and heart and deep within me. I know that someday, when all this madness has come to an end, we will be together like this again.
I'll miss you and your blue nipples. Alright, so now what we gotta do first is save. And we need to go to the Mycon homeworld, Epsilon Scorpion. I think there's a quasi space, it'd probably be less. Mycon homeworld. No, I don't really see anything too close to the Mycon homeworld. Might as well just fly there. But we'll save you the hyperspace sequence and we'll be back once we are closer. Alright, and we're here. And we're gone. And we're here again. Holy shit, alright!
Juffle is all omni-existent, spreading and changing the non into Juffle. You are non, who must become Juffle or void. We are the agents of Juffle. We are the Mycon.
There is a world at Star Organa. I believe it is perfect for your deep children.
Your suggestion is appropriate. Acceptable new worlds are a priority for the rapid and complete spread of Juffle. We wish to know more for our suitability assessment. Tell us of this world.
It is air, pure and sweet.
This is good.
Abundant life covers its surface.
This is good.
The sun gently warms the surface.
This is good. If your words are true, we will gladly spread Juffle to a new world. We will assemble the burning fleet and send them to this planet. We will send many ships to protect the children as they grow. You have been of service to us. Your insight into the ineffable Juffle is encouraging. Perhaps, if we were to plant spore sacs in your brain orbit, and let its tendrils spread through your flesh, then you would truly understand Jehovah. Become part of Jehovah. You would be happier and more fulfilled. Consider our offer.
Go fuck yourself.
We are the Mycon. Jehovah fills in my fibers, and I grow turgid.
I guess you have to fight him if you run into him. Jaffa up that bitch. Fuck you, Zaloop. Oh, they didn't like that too much. Fucking little red turd sacks. Not my fault. Bitch got in my way. Alright, now we need to head to Beta Bray. And you want to kind of just hang outside here for a little bit. Hell, maybe even get into the quasi portal. So you can go into quasi space, wait in hyperspace, just keep checking the star map. You'll see that the Mycon keep moving. Go back into quasi. Probably shouldn't do this too much. You want to make sure you have enough fuel to get back to Earth. Let's see here. I guess time doesn't really pass too much faster, huh? once they've kind of moved away from that sector of Beta Bray, only a few left here. Can use our heirlooms here. We pretty much only need them for these battles. We'll go ahead and fight club. Xbox controller keeps dying, which is not good. I never said I was good with them. Little healing motherfucker. God damn it, son of a bitch. Get them to run into their own shit, that's always fun. Or dive face first into a fucking Mycon blast. Alright, anyways. You guys were fun while you lasted. Now I'm going to fucking kill you. Holy shit! Oh, we're full. Sir, we are experiencing motion shocks in the surface. Wait a minute. They seem to have passed. Phew! That was awful. Captain, when we were bouncing off the ceiling or being bashed against lander walls, we were looking for whatever it was in the Mycon we're hiding down here. We think we found it. I don't know what to call it. It kind of looks like a cross between a spider and an antenna. But Jivo, the engineer brought along, says the device has the capacity to radiate incredible amounts of energy in form of visible light. We have decided not to experiment with the artifact. We'll bring it aboard right after we explore the vicinity. Oh, Captain, looks like the sharks are starting up again. We can't take much more of this. We're returning to the ship. Alright, so now we have the sun device. Fantastical. Alright, so now all we have to do is return to the Syreen. We should be good. We have 98 fuel, and according to this, it'll only take 27 to get there. Anyways, folks, we'll see you soon when we get back to the Syreen area. And we are approaching Beetlejuice once again.
Success, Captain. The Mycon's fleet is in shambles. Justice is ours. We have revenged ourselves against the heinous Mycons. They fell for our trap so completely. When they approached Organon 1, we were hiding behind its moon. As they approached, their ships broke combat formation in preparation for their hideous implanting ceremony. We waited until they were fully dispersed around the planet. Then we attacked. The standard Mycon tactic would have been to speed out of orbit using a gravity-whip maneuver, but the pod ships refused to abandon their slow-moving, deep-children spore pods. They remained in the gravity well, and we sliced them to ribbons. They must have lost a dozen ships to their own stupidity, running into their own plasmos. The rest? Well, we took care of most of it, in our own special way. And Captain, now that we have taken our revenge on the Mycon, we give you our starship officers and penetrator designs so that you can add our ships to your fleet.
Is there anything else I can do for you? Do for you.
Captain, the next step is to pull down the slave shield from our planet. In my opinion, the only people who could do that are the Chunjessi. As far as I know, they are under a shield of their own. Actually, I'm just dodging the real issue, Captain. Your agenda really has only one item. Destroy the Ur-Quan hierarchy. How to do that? I'm not sure. But I know you can't take them head on, even with that amazing ship of yours. You will have to find their weak spot, and then strike it with everything you've got.
So what happens to you now?
I expect I'm going to be pretty busy for the next few months, overseeing repairs to our fleet of penetrator starships and preparing some kind of defensive system for this starbase. If and when the Ur-Quan return here, you must have a little surprise ready for them.
Goodbye, Talana.
Goodbye, my human.
And goodbye, my Hordlings. I'll see you soon. For more Let's Plays, more Star Control 2, more Privateer, more of everything soon to come. Thanks for watching.